there was a lot going on at the time. And I had already told you that I had forgotten to turn the pressure release valve, which was, it was just a joke. Well, it wasn't. I didn't try to do it, but it was here. And there was another fellow named Harvey. He was right there. And then there was a third fellow from the outside of the of this big, huge thing. So, well, there were three of us.
Uh-huh.
And Harvey says, "Oh," he says, look at that pressure." And I looked at the pressure. It was like 100 psi. So it was pretty high.
It's substantial, yeah.
I started to say, that's 2,500 power. Not to worry. I'll just turn on the valve and the pressure will come down and it'll just keep coming up. Harvey, something was scared Harvey. He thought the noise and everything. He headed for this big door. The door was, this thick, and you have to get the door out of the way. And Harvey hit the door, and what happened? What scared Harvey was the fellow from outside, because he had already headed for the outside. And Harvey hit about two stools or something. The stools were, he whacked these. And I thought, wow, boy, if something's so scary, maybe I better get
Maybe
out.
I should run for it too.
So, and finally, when we were all outside, and nobody was panting anymore, and Harvey says, he says, you climbed over me. I says, well, you're in my way. We have to put something in our targets, and zirconium. Zirconium is it's like iron, but it doesn't look like iron, but and it has its own resistance. And it behaves itself, and what the objective is to develop a core and put it in a device and have it fire up and make this thing out of these metal things that and what is it? I forgot what
Zirconium or aluminum?
Yeah. What did I?
Zirconium?
Zirconium.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get this reactor going with zirconium, we're getting in the start to see if if it's going to hold up. You know, you have to build something that'll run for a couple of years.
Yeah.
You know, I right when I look back, uh, when I first went in there, I didn't know anything. But the next thing I knew, when I started, you know, when I get pushed here and pushed there, and people upstairs put me in the right place. Otherwise I would be dumb as average. Did I tell you this was Aunt Alma? Did you know Aunt Alma?
I'm not sure. I mean, I've met her, but I was just a kid, you know.
But you know, when you're young, if anybody is giving you help, well, you just say thank you, and you go about your business, and in a way, I was in that situation, and so he says. He says, Guy, now when you call, I had driven in from Harrisburg, which is and in that Harrisburg to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's pretty far. It's about 200 miles.
Yeah.
So he says, Guy, he says, now when they tell you where you can get a home, place or room, I want you to find out right away. And so after you get this all resolved, because I would like for you to get all that straightened out today. So he was no.
Wow.
You know, he wanted action.
Yeah.
So I called him. And I feel like, I don't know what the heck I'm all I know was they were going to hire somebody. I didn't know anything more than else.
You didn't know if it was going to be you. They were just going to hire somebody.
Yeah, yeah. And when I called him, the fellow who answered, was he wanted to know who I was, and I said, well, I came out here from Harrisburg, and they said that when I come out here, you'll give me a job. I went into his office, and when he let me in, and I think he just wanted to see me if he thought I could do anything, because I didn't know nothing.
Yeah.
But it's missing something. That's what's worrying me. I would like to get.
Is this the interview where your having made a telescope made a big difference?
Right. Oh yeah, that was it. The telescope. That was the key.
It was just so lucky.
Yeah. The fellow I talked to, he didn't care about the telescope, but what he wanted to know was, can I put a telescope together? He wanted to know if I could put the mirror in there and those kind of things, and he just asked those kind of questions just to find out if I just wasn't, some people if I go in, all you can do is add papers, and
Yeah.
but he found out that I wasn't going to add papers. I was just going to.
You could build things.
What?
You could build things.
Yeah, I can build things.
Yeah.
I got started in there. And the way I started on it was the way I said we put this thing. I had to make it so we could take it down there. So, and I built it all myself. And so it took a while,
Yeah.
just I don't know, it took a week or two. And,
I think they hired the right kid.
the-
I think they hired the right kid when they hired you.
I think I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.